Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Paper Crafting Thursday. I'm Leslie Watkins. Today I thought I would show you how to make some really easy, really cute Christmas tags. So I'm going to get out my inks. So these are my water-based inks. These are the same kind of re-inkers that we use to replenish stamp pads. I've got red, yellow, and blue. And I've got my water painter. And I thought what I would do would be to do a little holly motif. And this paper is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper, so it's nice and stiff. And I'm going to use this to make a tag, and this is a really nice weight. So I'm going to begin with a little yellow, a little blue, and I'm just going to make a holly leaf pattern. Just a couple of strokes. There's nothing to it. So there's one leaf. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see more closely what I'm doing here. Can add a second leaf. And this is really very easy. I'm just making that basic holly leaf shape with the little pointed edges. And actually, I have a specimen right here, so maybe you could see. We have trouble in paradise. No, look at her stepping. No. Okay, this is my house panther. This is Circe trying to get into the palette and put little footprints across my surface here. So we'll get rid of her. Anyway, there is, see if I can pull this one out. Which one? Here's an example of a holly leaf. Okay, so you can see it's got lots of little points around the edge. Now, yeah, this one's getting a little dried out, but you can still see the overall shape and the little points. There you go. So it doesn't have to be exactly like that. We just want a kind of a representation of holly. So sort of the symbol of it. All right, so there we go. So there's a little bit of a leaf cluster there. Now I'm going to take some of my red and paint some berries. I'm leaving an area for a highlight so they look nice and shiny. There we go. And what I would do is I would go back into those greens and add a little more color. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Add some veins. Okay, and then I can do the same thing with my berries. Just drop a little extra color in there and maybe one more leaf over here. All right. Now I'm going to put this aside to dry, and while that's drying, I'm just going to flip this around, and I'm going to do another design over here. So same thing, just adding a little yellow and blue, and create the little holly leaf shape. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in the comments. I'll be checking the comments in just a minute. And if you are in my area, the Norfolk Library will be hosting a sip and splash tonight. I'll be over there showing people how to do some quick and easy holiday motifs, just like this, and how they can be used to create cards and tags. And I'd love to see you there. You do have to reserve your spot, so you can go to the Norfolk Library's website and sign up so we know how many people are coming. There are limited seats, so you must register, but I don't think it's too late. And I will be bringing materials and supplies to be making tags and watercolors, but if you have your own watercolor set, please go ahead and bring that with you. We're going to have the fire going. We'll have a little glass of wine and a lot of friendly friends. And we're going to be kicking off this year's holiday season, so I'd love to have you there. Check it out, the Norfolk Library in Connecticut, and that's tonight, starting at 5 o'clock. All right, so there's a couple of little designs. Let me zoom out again so you can see what I'm doing here. So I've got one here and one here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a punch. So I've got this handmade label punch, and it's really a pretty shape, and this is a hand punch, and I'm just going to slip that over my card just like so. Get that where I want it. I want to be able to capture the image, but I also want a little bit of room to be able to write a message. Punch that out. And then I want to show you the tailor-made tags. Now this is actually, I have 2 sets on this card because I often send 2 at a time through the machine, but you would get half this amount if you were to get this die set. So let me show you what this looks like. Here is the cut and emboss machine. So what you would do, just crank this out. You would take your artwork, and for this I'm going to cut this down with my trimmer so it's a little bit easier to handle. I can save this for another punch, and then I'm going to select a label. So for this one, I think I'll pick one of the larger labels. So I have a choice. I have either this decorative edge. I think I'm going to go with that. So I'm just going to grab the largest one and line that up. So I have my image on there. All right, and then crank that through the machine. And that gives me a beautiful hand-painted tag, and I've got this really lovely stitch detail around the edge, and I've got a place to thread my ribbon through. Now with this one, I need a hole, so I'm going to use my handheld hole punch, figure out which way I want this to go. I think I'll do it just like this. So just get that lined up. All right. So now I have 2 tags. And now we can add a little bit more embellishment. So I've got some very thin ribbon in red. I have another one here, and this one has a beautiful metallic gold. Now there's all kinds of ribbons that you can select from, so I'll show you a couple of them. But here's the gold, and then somewhere here I have some trim. So let me see if I can find that. Here we go. Oh, no, that's not it. Oh well, but there are a lot of different reds, greens, golds, and also the fine braided trim. And what I would do is I would just cut a length. Slip that through, make a loop, and then pull my tails through the loop. All right, and we'll use the red on this other tag. So same thing, I'm just folding it in half to make a loop, pushing that loop through, and then pulling my tails through the loop, and that gives me this really nice little tag. Now, if you'd like, you can also add some additional sparkle. So I've got some red rhinestones here that I want to get out. So let me undo the glue here. So, let's see what we've got. Just picking them up with my scissors like a little forklift here. I'm just going to add a little bit of sparkle to my berries, like so. Add one over here. And now I've got 2 tags ready to go. And that took me about 10 minutes, maybe less, because I did a lot of talking. So maybe it was more like 5 minutes. Got a little bit smushed there. But anyway, you can see how quick and easy you can do these tags, even if you have a last-minute guest. And you could use the same idea to also create note cards. And that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So give the Norfolk Library a click. There's a place on their website that will allow you to register, and when we have a head count we can know how many people to set up for. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm just going to very quickly check to see if there's any questions here. There's Cheryl. Hi Cheryl, good to see you. Okay, I'm going to go get busy. I've got a lot of packing to do, and I will be back here next Wednesday for Watercolor Wednesday, so please come back for that. Please follow me and like me so that you can be notified of when I go live, and I will see you then at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and I'll see you next time.